Hello, hello, everybody. Kathleen from Crafting Time. I'll be your coach tonight. And we're getting started here in just a second. Um, get back to my page here. There we go. All right. So, we are going to do some spackling. I'm going to put you down. You're going to be looking about right in this area. And I hope you enjoy this. It's very fun to do. Not what everybody likes to do, but it's, to me, fun to do. We're going to do some mixing. We're going to do some no pour painting or anything like that. I'm just moving some stuff out of my way. I have a little more elbow room. Got to have that sometimes. There we go. Tape away. All right, we won't need that. Pretty sure. All right, now you can spackle just about on anything. And the spackling I'm going to use tonight, I believe, is from the dollar store. It's lightweight spackling. Looks like so. Now, it's not the best product. And I'm hoping it feels kind of dry, actually. So I'm hoping the paint that I mix in and stirring this up will moisten it up. Because it's not very wet. As you can see, it's kind of crumbly. So I might just need a little bit of water. I just did one little squirt from my, we're just going to kind of loosen it up. And spackling, even when you buy it, look at it, it's just crumbling. Oh my goodness, I might need a bowl. A bowl here. Hold on. I'm looking. Um, I'll just use um, I'll take my scissors out here. Whoops. Put a few on the floor. It was more moist than what it is, so I'm going to show you how to mix it up and get it more pliable. So you're going to put it in. See how dry it is? It's just crumbling. We're going to add water to it. But now I'll have to use it pretty much right up. Just my spackling tools that I use. Actually, they're for makeup and things like that. I don't know. Guys, I find little tools that work, and I don't know where I get them sometimes. All right, so we're going to put it all in here. This is going to be way more than what we need, but we are going to use it. All right. We'll just set this aside. But this is what it looks like. I believe you get it at the Dollar Tree. And Dollar Tree spackling, I find, is a little bit dry. Always. It works, but it doesn't, like, stick the way Kathleen likes it. We're going to spray it. Sorry, it says potato salad on it. It's on the bowl, but it's all in there. And I'm going to just spray it. We're going to loosen that up. Did some pretty big sprays there, but we'll probably add some more. Hopefully this will lighten it up a little bit. I like it not chunky. I like my plastery. There's something in there. I should have wiped out the bowl. Wasn't thinking, was I? But see, it's getting better. It's not so plastery or dry. I mean, we want it to be like plaster to be able to hold on to it. And I just wipe off my tools when I'm done. I'm going to take this one here, this kind of brush here. Take off all my fuzz. I had it all in storage. But this brush, this is like a makeup thing. Okay, guys, I don't wear makeup, so you all know that. If you don't, you do now. And I'm going to now just kind of like knead it in with my little brush. Just kind of like putting it together. Try to do it for you so you can kind of see it starting to form pretty nicely. It's sticking again. Now this is not, this particular spackling, like I said, it's different than this ones you get at like Home Depot. Thank you. It's more like, it's very dry. I don't even know where this one actually came from. I didn't buy it. I buy the big 20 or half gallon size, and then I mix my colors ahead of time. So you're seeing from scratch. And I hope you don't mind. Okay, so now I got that pretty well applied. I'm going to just set that there. Now let me show you what we're going to use to spackle on. See this? This is a tray or a cake board. They're kind of cool. And this one has the mirror on it. And that's what we're going to use to spackle with. And we're going to mix that spackling into different colors. Let me grab my little bowls and such. Now these kind of make fun little things to start on, guys. You don't need to start with a big canvas. This is just from, I believe I got this at the Dollar Tree. I'm not sure where I got it. I have a lot of storage stuff from many, many years, guys. I got it when it was, but this is what it is. Hope you can see that. What it is. It is about 10 inches, 10 by 10. Mine is probably the little grooves it has, but you see it has a nice little mirror, right? And when you spackle on it, it makes it super, super pretty. Now I'm going to be using two different stencils, and first one has, I guess they're coming together. Now these are not transfers, guys. This is not Chalk Couture transfers, even though I might use some of their, just a second, it just had to grab each other. There we go. Thank goodness I'm not using that flower. But see, transfers don't have the ability to stick your finger through. They have a screen. Okay? I can't put my finger through here without breaking my transfer. But a stencil is the kind that you can stick your finger through. You can see that. It's right here in the center of my finger. So we're going to be using the bottom one. And that's going to go kind of like right here in the center. Also with transfers, they stick. Stencils usually don't. Some people like to spray them with quick and easy tic-tac, what is it called? Easy tack is what I use once in a while. But generally, I just add a little piece of tape and I can put it there. Now we're going to be using this flower here, and I'm debating between this and this on the side of it. And then I'd like to do maybe this butterfly or the bird in the middle. But the bird has a branch, and I didn't have anything with a branch. So that could maybe go off to the side. And with that stencil, you can use both sides. The transfer gets kind of tricky with that. So we're going to set this aside, and we're going to mix up some of the paste. We're for sure going to be using a little bit of ink because I'm out. Well, maybe not the ink. Let's use. I do have my glass paint here, so we can use that. And I'm going to use the pink because I think pink will show up really well on here where you'll be able to see it along with the green. So that will be the flower. So we'll be mixing two of those. And then I was thinking with that bird, and then green for the leaves. The bird, I thought I could maybe do half of them in a black spackling and a yellow bottom, like a yellow finch. That's kind of my plan. So we'll set these over here, like out of our way, so we have some elbow room. We'll move this for the moment. And let's mix up our spackling. So we're going to have to mix this up into 4. And actually, you're not even going to need all 4, but it's easier. I'm just checking, making sure it's pliable. So I'm going to take a scoop, pull out anything that you see in your spackling. And Medcom is calling me to see if I want a job. Goodness sake. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. Now the black I'm not going to need a whole lot of because it's a smaller area. That should be enough for the black. Same with the yellow. I'll probably just need a tiny bit because it's not going to stand completely out. Look at this. I'm just dropping it all over. It might not be quite ready, but maybe when I mix it with the a little black and some pink. Now, personally, I am not going to be saving this spackling like I save my other spackling. I got something right there. Piece of glitter, or not quite glitter. What is that stuff called? Grass. It's more than enough for my little flower. Okay, so now we can move this. Now I still have a bunch left over, but I'm not going to worry about that. I could put it back in its little container. Maybe I could use it again. I don't know why I would want to because it's so dry, but it might be a good idea just for the next week or so. The spackling dries fairly fast, so whatever I use, I want to get started on real quickly here because I want it to stay fresh. Good enough. Put that all down there. That's good enough. And let's see, we said a little black. Let's just mix them up. Use this stick here as my stir stick. I'm just going to take a hunk, small one, and I'm just going to add in my black. Now, it's not very black, but it's black enough. It's a gray black. You mix white and gray, of course, or black, it becomes a gray, and it's more of a charcoal gray. And see, now it made it a little bit more pliable, so I will be able to change it around. Most of it back down into my cup. I just dry that off. Probably should have did yellow first, but hey, do what you can. So I got my black ready. I am going to take this and I'm going to be setting it on top here to keep it from getting air dried right away. Let me move my water. Maybe it's my water that's in my way. The water is where I can throw my stencils in. Of course, I have an avalanche on my table. Put more stuff here, right? Crazy. Stay. All right. A little bit of yellow. Close this up. And you know, 90% of crafting is about prepping. So this is very normal to have to. Now look how pretty that yellow is. We have just a bit of white, or yeah. So I just take a half a scoop, put it in my spackling, and I mix it up. Now some people rather just paint it. You go right ahead. Hello, Patricia. Hi, Melinda. Thanks for coming in today. And I mix this until I don't see any white, guys. Now, that birdie's not that big, but white in there. Sticking it underneath my little holder here. There we go. And then you just wipe that off. And you're going to keep going until you have all your colors you need. Now the next color is going to be, we're going to use more of the green. So we'll do that one last. Our next color is going to be this, I believe it's sherbet, raspberry sherbet. Again, this is chalk paint. Let's put the yellow away so it doesn't dry out. Chalk paint dries not quite as fast as spackling. Spackling dries faster. And again, I'm just going to take a scoop, put it in, and mix it. It might require a second scoop. We'll see what color we get here. Came out to be a light pink. Just add in a pinch more. Of course, when you mix with white, it will become that color. A lighter color is what you want. That should work. It is a lighter pink than what I like, but we can remix it here in just a little bit when we're ready to use it. We're going to start with the green. No, actually we're going to start with the bird and the um, leaves, because the flower will be at the bottom. Super cool. Hi, Darlene. Happy Easter, everybody. That's right. It is Easter. I didn't expect anybody on tonight. I figured you'll all be watching Barbarous or whatever his name was. Last night I watched The Robe at 4 in the morning. It was like, why is it on so late? Okay, let me stick that under there. And now this one's going to be our green. Somehow I got a piece of black on it, but and of course I'm just going to stir it up. It's got a little bit more soupier. Didn't want it quite that soupy, but we'll let this one do a little air drying a little bit. A little soupy. But it's going to work. For what we're going to use it for, it'll be just fine. Slide that under there. Dry it off. Turn that back down. Good to go. Our surface, there's no prepping on that. Just to let you know. The only thing that you probably want to do is sometimes the boards are a little bent. It's a little bent. So you might just want to kind of like bend it up a little bit. Just a bit. Still a little bumpy. Now I'm just going to wipe off my fingerprints. I don't use any spray because I don't know what kind of top this is going to be. Did everyone have a great Easter? Anyone do anything fun? I went to my grandson's and my granddaughters. I don't know why I just said my grandson. I went to the family house, right? And they found their eggs. We went for a walk, had some delicious food. We started to dye eggs, and the kids were getting really tired because they wanted to do a tradition of we dye eggs and stuff together. But because of them being ill, we didn't get to do it ahead of time. So we did it all at once. And then we left the eggs in the, we probably should do the bird first, in the water, or the, I want that more closer to the center and towards the top. And then I'll add a branch going through it. So I have my transfer, I'm sorry, my stencil, not my transfer. And I'm going to tape it down. I want it to go this way. Now this one's been treated. Oh, sorry. My light does this, guys. I don't know how to figure out this light. It just shuts off on me. Sorry. I'll probably do it again. So I got it there. Now I'm just going to take my good old-fashioned blue tape that we all love. And I'm just taping it right down to my surface here. And I'm not taping the tray it's on. I'm going to move that bird over just a bit. Kind of off-center it. Just keeping it in place is all I'm doing here. Now I'm copying over my thing. Just like so. Now making sure my transfer stays, or my stencil stays down. I'm stuck on transfer for some reason. All right, I didn't mix up any brown, but I do have, see, can you all see without that? Let me know. Let me shake this. Now this is just chalk paint, and I'm just going to do this branch here in the feet with the chalk paint. And this is from Home Deco Art. I can't see without that light on, so I'm sure you guys can't. We're not going to need much. Probably what's in my cap is probably about all I'm going to need. And I'm just going to dab right inside. Now, I'm not going to so much worry about it not being high-rised or anything like that at this point. This is just a very small spot, so I am not going to even worry about it. We're just going to get a branch on here. A great branch is fine, right? And then, of course, we'll do the green leaves and all that. Make sure that worked. Maybe a little bit more in this area for it looks like a strong branch. Strong, healthy branch. Looks good. This ain't going anywhere. We'll be probably using that branch again just to go off of the edge here. We'll see. All right, so now we're going to use the black. And I'm going to be using my little spatula here. You don't need a whole lot at one time. I'm doing the top of the bird in black, his face, and his wing. Don't want it to bounce. If you can all at all help. And then I'm going to do his tail black. Sure everything is covered. Trying to leave no marks on the top. It hit that little spot I didn't want to hit, but that's all right. And now let's do the yellow. I'll just slide this back under in case I have to wipe it off. And each time you're going to clean off your spatula. Or whatever you like to use. Sorry. Can you see? Gosh, I can't. I'm going to find a different plug-in. Maybe I have too much going on in this one plug-in. I do have a little bit of black inside that little yellow space, so you don't need much, guys. I could probably got by with using this much, but you know what? It's really hard to mix a small amount. It really is. Take some of that off. Be careful not to hit the black. All right, guys, I'm just going to leave it off. I hope you can see. Now, it looks terrible, but what you have, I'm just going to go in there. Let me moisten my finger just a bit. Don't need much. You don't want it to be, just moving that spackling right into that spot where I want it to be. Slide this under here. Let's take this one off and see what it looks like. I'll turn it back on. I can't stand it. Sorry. Let's wipe your spatula off. Nice and clean. Save these two. I'll show you in just a second. Oh, you know what? We didn't do the leaves. Hold on. We got leaves to do, guys. We got the leaves. That's a poor looking tree. Oops. Oh, very soupy. I could leave that out for a week. I don't think it would dry. Now let's take this off. That's better. Now the face of the bird has a bare spot in the middle of the face because of how this transfer stencil, sorry, is. They have it's like a big spot here that has a hole, but the mirror will show through. So I'm just going to drop that right into my water. And clean it up before I show you. Once it dries, that's what's going to be. See the little bird there? Pretty cool. Now I'm going to actually take black and I'm going to dab in the rest of the face with my dauber just to give it the Q-tip. Fill in that space just as much as I can, making the head look more of a head instead of a bare spot. Clean that up. And now I'm just kind of like packing it down, but not making it too packed. And right here, I'm just going to make a spot. with the eyeball. Okay, that back under here. And I want it to have a yellow beak. As you can see, yellow. Oh, I'll show you what that looks like. Oh, that light is something. I'm going to get a new light. So your prayers if I can get a new light. So that now you can see the eye and the beak. It looks fairly good there. Slide my yellow back underneath. Now we're going to use this goopy green. My exercise. Now, before we go far, let's dry that little bit very carefully. It's just a top dry. It will take about a half hour to actually dry completely. Now with spackling, you get a high rise. Now I don't know if you can actually see it, but it's high rised over. It's not like paint where it's flat. I didn't flatten it like you do your wall. Spackling is for your walls, guys, even if we don't use them on the wall. Pretty good. Now this one I want to have a green fern going from this side. And having it cross over that tail. I think that would be kind of cute there. And tape. I always tape down your sides. But maybe don't tape over your transfer or your spot that you're gonna use. And making sure it doesn't move. Lost another piece. Let's just grab another one. Going right over that little tail and also over his so soupy. Making sure it doesn't bounce. And just smearing it on just like you would. Now it's going to be over the top of your stencil. You don't want it to lift like it just did. You want it to stay as flat as you can. Just insist on doing that. Alright, let's lift that off. That's my other one. Now it kind of smeared because it lifted. Maybe there you go. You can kind of see it, but I think it'll be okay. We'll let it dry, and then maybe I can scrape off some of those insides. We're going to dry that. Now don't get too close because this will bubble up. This will, and also will your spackling. you're going to take your stencil, and wipe it off. Let me just pull this aside here for a second. I'm going to just wipe it off. That's all I ever do. I don't hardly ever wash my stencils. I wash my transfers more than I ever wash my stencils. I just wipe them off. I would like to do probably one more, but let's see. I'm going to set this one here. Let's go a little lower, like so. And again, I'm just going to lock it down with my tape. Now, guys, it does slide just a bit. Hello, hello. Glad everyone's made it here tonight. I really, truly, guys, I did not expect anybody tonight. I really didn't. I'm like, I'm going to be talking to myself, and I am. So, thank you so much for coming, guys. Happy Easter to everybody. Now, we got to save some for, we got plenty of the screen. So we're not really worried. So I'm just taking my little spatula that I like to use and just going right over just like so. Right there. That's looking. I have it right. There we go. It's going to be looking really nice in just a few minutes. And with it being a mirror, it gives you that nice look when you kind of like you're looking outside. So it's kind of cool. Try that one again. Now, of course, like any picture, guys, you're going to go back and you're going to touch up. Like, his tail right now is hidden behind here and it's not showing up. So I'll take my little black and go across that leaf just to give it a outward appearance. Let me wipe that off. And now we're going to do the rose area. And that one's going to be a little tricky because the leaves and the rose will have to be done together. So we won't know if it actually turns out till you lift it up. It's excitement. Making sure I got all that green off of my stencil because we don't want those extra things on your mirror. And you can use regular mirrors, guys. I just used that because it was there. And I'm going to use this one down here. Let's see, that's how fast stencils can clean up. And if you want it cleaner, of course, then just add a little water to your rag and clean it right up. All right, let me move these. Because every time you lay it down, it will be a different look. So I'm using this big flower down in this area. See, this is dry enough that I can just lay this down. Like so. Stay there. Be very nice to me. Oh, Q-tips. I can't tape that because it'll take it right up. So being that we have the green out, I didn't clean my green. I'm going to do the leaves first. Or anything that I think should be a little bit green. I'm holding my breath. Oops, scooped it right out. Okay. Now the rest is going to be pink, and underneath will be the silver. Clean this off. Wish I had two of these. I'm going to have to get two. You find a tool you like, you just don't want to give it away. And these I get at the Dollar Tree, guys. I'm pretty sure I got them at the Dollar Tree. They're really handy little tools for makeup and stuff like that. Now let's stir this up a little bit. That's not too bad. And it's sat and got a little bit darker, as you see. I'm just making sure it's all the same color. It's fun. It's one of my funnest crafts to do, guys. It really is. Now I'm just going to just put it right over it. And I'm covering the whole thing. Where there's no, where I don't see any part of the transfer. Or the, gosh, I got transfers. Stencil. I don't want any part of the stencil showing. So when I lift it up, it's going to be high rise. That's a little bit too much. Take some of that away. I kind of have to concentrate. I can't even look at my messages. Sorry. Sometimes, you have to do that. You have to focus. Terrible thing. And I have to be really careful not to hit that green, because then I'll have a green flower. Right there. A little bit at the top. Out here that don't want to cover up. Hold on. Make it work. I'm going to have a little green in it. Just happened. Okay, now it looks like a real mess. Now I'll show you. I just looked it up. See how it looks? That's quite okay because now we're going to take it off and we're going to pray it looks super better than what that looks like. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Very, very pretty. Now at the top here, once this is all dry, I'll wait a day. I'll put like maybe a yellow bow up here um, with a little greenery on it. And, down here, maybe I'll put some green uh, mesh or something underneath just to give it like a little extra, like a flower type deal. But what an adorable Mother's Day gift to give. Isn't that cool? You could add more things on it if you want. I'm going to set this aside for just a minute. And we're going to wipe off this. We're going to fix the bird here in just a moment. That's full of green. And now you just wipe off your stencil. Be careful of those little tip-in edges. There's a real nice print on your little table here. And then you wipe off the back side. Now the other one I just tossed in the water there, so I'm going to take that one out um, so I can match it with that tail. Because I was lazy and didn't wipe it off. So I threw it in my little water box. Now we'll be all wet. Goodness. That was for something else I was going to do. Normally I don't get my stencils wet because it could wreck your picture. Bad girl I was. Bad girl. Shouldn't have did that. Careful this one flower here. Now this stencil's about 6 years old. So it might have stains on it because things are stained. Let me grab another wipe. Need this side. That flower is very well lifted. Maybe I could just do it by hand. I'm going to try to dry it just a bit. Super, super cool. I'm going to do a couple things with this flower. I really don't think it's not a rose, I don't believe. I don't know anything about flowers, guys. That's not my expertise. That was my mama's. I'm just going to add some yellow dots, bumps, dots. I'm going to follow the same dots where we have some coloring in here. are getting a little bit dry. A few dots. That would be good. And then let's see, I'm going to use this, and we're going to use the black. It's also getting a little dry. I'm going to just see if I can um, make my own line. That shouldn't have put it in water. And this comes out for if you need to wash it, you can. Just pops back in. Super cute. Get it right onto the edge of my that so it can leave a mark. Too dry. Let me get it a little moist. Don't need much spray, guys. Just a little squirt. Took it off the edge just a second. Trying to keep it into the edge of my spat so I can mark it. It's not letting me. Well, guess we'll have to try this. Hopefully it doesn't mess it up. Because it's pretty right now. Oh, and then someone took the speck. For a tiny spot. Isn't that crazy? Take a green. Not that much. A dot. And I'm just going to go over that other spot that I hit. I don't like to redo it. Be happy with what you do. And then let's wipe that off. But guys, these are super fun. If you like doing new and adventurous things, this is like painting with cement. And I color mine. Some people do it with the white like you saw, but I just, I don't. Now we're going to take this brown again. We're going to make that branch go right across. And that's just chalk paint. Oh, this is cute. getting my branch line. And we're just going to kind of add it right across. Just like a few dots will help it become a branch, and then finish off coming out the side here. It was meant to be like that. That's what you're going for, is the meaning of the picture. It don't have to be perfect, guys, because no branch is perfect. But this looks super cute. I hope you like it. It's very fun, very shiny. I have to say I do like it. And once it's all dry now tonight, I'll just let it sit and dry. Tomorrow I'll add the bow and then the underneath to be a little green, little roughing bow down here, ruffle, to add like the garden. And up here, just a nice little yellow bow to be like the sun. But I don't want to mess it up. I want it to be dry. So, well, there you go, guys. I wish you all a happy Easter. I hope you like this. And I appreciate you all coming tonight. Now, I'm not saving any of my spackling. This will I'm just going to toss that right into my garbage right away. I'm happy with my picture. I could add more leaves, but I don't think I will. It has plenty of green on it. And now if you have something on your picture that you don't like, there's ways you can fix it. I had that little one. Where did it go? Here it is. And you just go in and you just kind of like fix your lines. Go in and you have to do it when it's wet. Don't let it completely dry. But just go in and fix your lines with your little spat. You can also pat it down. Super fun. Just have a little break in there. Pat down where, if you lift the edge, just pack it back to how you like it. These are good. Pretty well dry, so I can't really do a whole lot to fix my mess I made. So, giving my ferns, what I'm doing here, I'm giving my ferns a little bit more definition of what they should be. Some of them just a bumped. And then I'll take my wax tomorrow and I will wax them. Now you can see there it's a little bit better definition there, and I'll do the same thing if I can. I don't have anything thinner. These are much smaller spaces, and it kind of bleeds, and my green was very watery. Somebody messed up me. So I'm just giving some definition in the spaces that just adjusting is all I'm doing. Red some, but it's not as bad. And it is dry, so I'm just kind of scoring it now to full definition in that one spot. Looks like I put my thumb there. I remember doing that, but it looks like that. This is what they call cleaning up your picture. It's already dry, so I can't change what is. But it just gives it a little better look. Now, if you look from the side, I hope you can see it's a little high rise. You don't want it over high rise, but it's very nice. And I'll take my fingerprints off, of course. There you go. Super, super cute. Hope you like it, guys. I love doing stuff like this. It just makes really fun um, ideas and things. Now I have to find my too bad, so I'm just going to take a little bit of water. Make sure the water is dried just a bit. And I'll just go in and clean off. Water usually doesn't change your picture. However, if you have like, um, I use a lot of Bath and Beauty um, spray and a little water and a little of this helps remove some of those little touch-ups you might want to remove without leaving marks. So that's kind of nice. Don't take the beak off, Kathleen. I did that the other day, guys. I was spackling and I'm like, what's this yellow thing here? And it was one of my birds I was working on. I totally messed up my picture that day. I had to redo the whole thing. I'm just taking off what's there. And then you take it when you're done. You take a dry side and you buff it wherever you have it. You're going to buff it. Now, with your, if you use these, this is like a cake decorator, guys. That's all it is. I believe I got it at Dollar Tree. It wasn't very expensive. I only got one. I've seen them up to packages of 4, but they're super, super nice. And, but anyway, that's, I have to go this way for this camera. That's what it looks like. Looks good to me. That's my computer you're seeing. That's all of you guys there. Super cool. And I have a little bit of spot right here. But tomorrow I'll put the bow on and I'll drop the the greenery go down here with a little yellow bow down here as well, small bow up here. You know, a nice size bow, not small, but a nice size bow, not too big, because you don't want to take away from your picture. And then down here, I add a little of the greenery. Um, what's that called? Mesh type of stuff. Well, if it dried on my thing, whoops. So there you go. That's our craft for tonight, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for coming, and I hope you like it. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Let's see, tomorrow is Monday. I have the wake. Um, I should be on by 9 tomorrow. No, I have to be home before that. Mm-mm-mm. We're going to be on tomorrow, guys, to pick 20 items on the Crafting with the Sassy Chicks and Soul Craft. I'll be with them on Monday and Tuesday. Monday to find out what's going to be on the wheel that they spin. And then Tuesday, I'm not sure who I'm crafting with, if it's Petra from Soulcraft or Debbie from the Sassy Chicks. Gosh, guys, what is it? Sassy Chicks. That's what I have it in my calendar as. Oh my gosh, it's more than just Sassy Chicks. Oh, no. What is it? Ah, I talk to her all the time. Okay, but it's Debbie. Anyway, we'll be crafting together, so we'll be a joint craft. And what happens with that is uh, on Tuesday, they spin the wheel for 5 items, and you have a half hour to go find your stuff. And you're talking, you're in your craft area, and it's supposed to be stuff you already have in your home. And then you craft up your things till I think you get 40 minutes or something like that. And then you will get to one more item to add on to your craft. And so it's like crafting from nothing to something. And it's so fun to do. I'm doing it online, but you guys could do it along right with us. We tell you what we're going to use. We all start together, and it's super fun. So if you want something fun to do, Tuesday nights is the day to be on and do it with us. And you'll be able to, uh, you can post the pictures on uh, the event page that I put it on. You should be able to post on that and craft and have fun and see what kind of different things using 6 items from your home, something in your home. Now, last week they used, um, let's see, let me, I think I have it right back here. Part of it. Let me show you what I did a couple weeks ago. That I have right here. Oh, sorry, Chick. Fell over, Mr. Rooster. All right. I gotta move this so I don't hit it. All right. So this this particularly week, we needed to use a chick. Um, we needed to use some shells, an acorn, a blue spoon, I believe it was, a styrofoam egg, a spool of thread, and something green. So this is what I ended up making. Now, ain't that cute? I mean, I didn't know what I was actually doing. I was trying to figure out what to make. And I didn't have any chicks because I ate all my little peeps, which are chicks. And so I made this. The only thing I didn't do is make it where it could hold up my item. But we used shells. I made my own acorn out of, because I'm out of acorns. Actually, it's in storage. And so I made an acorn out of pipe cleaners. I had a spoon. I took an egg that I was going to dip, and so I just put a gold on it. I mean, it's cute. Is it sellable? Probably not, but it was just fun to think of what to create with this. And on my chick, I used, we used one, two, three, four, five. Maybe it wasn't the chicks. I think it was the nails. We had to use nails of some sort. And so I used nails on his upper hair. But I mean, it's just crafting together. That's all it is. And it's super fun. And I hope you join us, especially Tuesday. Um, and, do it right along with us. You can go search through your house just as fast as I can. Gosh, guys, I don't know what's going to be on that spinning wheel. And every week is different. It's not the same. And that's what makes it so fun. So I hope to see you both tomorrow night and the next night. And we will have some fun. We'll see what I can create out of nothing to something with 5 items. Now, guys, you only have to use the 5 items, but if you need, excuse me, something else to make it work for you, you can add that in. That's okay. I found that out after I made that. After I made this. I thought we had to use those items, just those items, but I found out afterwards, no, those are the ones that have to be in there. It's not a contest or anything like that. It's just fun crafting together, and then we can talk back and forth and stuff. So it's super fun. I'm looking forward to it. So anyway, have a good night. Hope you like it, and I hope you come for sure tomorrow night to find out what's going to be on the spinning wheel. They spin it on Tuesday. They put the items on Monday, and they spin it on Tuesday. And I put a flyer on my page, so go back a couple days and you can find that flyer and learn more. So, all right, everyone, have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. That is the news I have for today.